friends, today I'm sharing with you my favorite Dollar Tree hacks and clever DIYs to really help you out this season. These are some quick tips and genius DIYs to help you save time, money, and stress. Be sure to leave me a big thumbs up and let's jump on into it. First up, I'm working with one of these really thick plush stockings. Now, I actually found this at Walmart, but you can pick up dollar store stockings. Anything would work. The first thing I wanted to do was really stuff this so it was going to be stiff. This is going to be a door hanger, and I really wanted to dress it up and put some greenery in the top, but the bottom was just kind of laying flat. So stuffing some grocery bags in there just to give it more of a full look, and then just picked whatever floral picks that I had on hand. You definitely can just use something that you had last year or just some Dollar Tree picks, but I am filling this full so it's making a gorgeous arrangement, and it's just tucking this down inside. Now you can tack this in with some hot glue. I didn't do that for now because I might want to add some more in there, but I love the layered effect of the berries and the greenery, and then making a huge bow with some of this leftover fall ribbon. I was so excited to be able to find some of this red like plaid print at Dollar Tree for the fall season, so I was able to use what I could in fall and then get to save it for the Christmas time. But I made a really easy bow and hung this at the top just with a dab of hot glue, and I actually hung this on a door with one of the Dollar Tree suction cups that actually suctions to the glass. But this looks so beautiful, and I had this put together in like 5 minutes. This next DIY is perfect if you have tons of extra ribbon or scrap fabric on hand. All you have to do is use another one of these Dollar Tree lighting strands and then cut down some ribbon. I did about 4 to 5 inches. It really doesn't matter, just however long that you want your ribbon to be. I just mixed up ribbon that I already had on hand. I did not end up using all of this ribbon, but definitely check out Dollar General if you're looking for ribbon. They have it down for just $1 instead of the $1.25 like at Dollar Tree. Now, when I first started, I cut this wide ribbon down in half, and you can see that it is just like falling to pieces. So while I did keep tying it on there, I do go ahead and trade that out in a minute and just fold the burlap fabric in half instead of cutting it in half. I ended up doing about 3 ties or 3 knots in between each light, and that seemed to work perfect for me. It made it look really full. And this is the part where I am just folding over the burlap instead of cutting it because it made so much less of a mess. This is so simple and easy to do. Anyone can do this. I did go back in and trim off the edges where it kind of was raveling out a little bit, but I love that pop of red color as well as the white snowflake pattern. It looks so gorgeous, so I just ended up using 3 different types of ribbons, but I really love how it makes this set of lights pop. As many times as I DIY pillowcases using placemats or various items in Dollar Tree, it's always fun when they put out real pillowcases. So they have several different designs, or I found 3 at my store. But the Christmas trees, the candy canes, and the gingerbread, I love the Christmas tree ones the best for actually decorating on a pillow. I felt like it matched my style, going with more of my neutral pillows. I do recommend ironing these or steaming them, but being careful not to get them too hot. But they look really great outside, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up several to just add here and there to the pillows that I already have. But I wanted to use another one. I'm just using my Cricut heat press that I feel like it irons so good, so I love to use it, and it's always in my craft room. But for this one, I wanted to create a fun wall hanging. So using the candy cane one, I am going to go ahead and cut it down into like a more narrow strip. I am not going to be cutting off any of the words, but I don't care to lose the little border on the edges. Adding a dowel rod to the top and the bottom, and then some fun pom-poms. after I attach these dowel rods, which did also come from Dollar Tree, I'm going to trim them down with my miter shears. It does take a couple of tries with these. I don't like to cut through the first time, but after I got those all cut down, I did leave a little bit of space to add a hanger at the top, but taking some of this really fun pom-pom ribbon and adding it to these raw edges because I was worried that they would like try to ravel since I did just cut this off, and I also feel like it adds like extra detail and looks really cute. I feel like wall hangings are not only easy to put together, they're really inexpensive, but they add so much color to your space. If you have like a huge wall you want to fill up, you can literally make them as big or small that you need to fill up your space. I attached a jute twine hanger to the top just to have something to hang it from, but also I think red and white baker's twine would look really cute, but just hung this from a shelf and I feel like it makes like a huge difference, and like I say, going for that pop of color. Now Dollar Tree has out little penguin molds and different Christmas molds that you can pick up, but I was dying for a little gingerbread man, so I found these on Amazon and I am pairing it with some just gingerbread man colored wax. Now I had to get this at Walmart. They do have it out at Dollar Tree sometimes, but I just really wanted to make sure the color was perfect, so I did go to Walmart and find this little melter wax. I did melt it down in the microwave in just a glass teacup, pour it into the solo cup just so it would pour easier, and these are the cutest things. I am going to be adding these little gingerbread men to the top of some really cute candles later on in this video, but for now I just wanted to share with you how you can easily make this a DIY gift idea for Christmas. All you have to do is put some of these in a little treat bag, and you could gift this actually with a candle warmer from Walmart, an inexpensive one, but this would be a really cute gift. I just love how it looks with the little gingerbread men in there. Next up, grab a couple of these dessert mugs. These make the absolute best little candles and they're so adorable. So taking some more of that same gingerbread wax, this is the teacup that I was melting it down in, and I just put it in for a minute and then check it out in the microwave, stir it up a little bit, and then add 30-second intervals until it's completely melted. Put it back in the solo cup just because you can squeeze the cup and it's easier to pour. I did one this gingerbread color and then did a red candle. You will see for each of these projects, I just take the wick out of the candle that I'm melting down, place it in the center of the whatever I'm pouring it into of the container, and then just kind of prop it up with a paintbrush or a dowel rod. And next, to get a really fun like whipped cream look on the top, you just pour a white candle into like a paper bowl or something disposable and whisk it. You do want it to set there and cool off a little bit until it starts to not look so clear and runny, and then just keep whisking it until it really cools off. It'll whip up like real icing, but this is just wax which you are able to burn. I won't burn these because I just feel like they're so cute and decorative and they're going to burn down really fast and be ruined. So I'm just setting these out for decorative purposes, but I use the wax to fill up an icing bag and then just pipe this directly on top of the candle. You can see that this does not have to be perfect. I actually think I let my wax cool off too much. It was kind of hard to shape, but just kind of piped it anywhere that I wanted it, letting that wick go ahead and come up through the middle, stuck down a couple of the little gingerbread men, and then I feel like what really topped this off was just adding some white glitter to the white wax. It just makes it sparkly and hides all the imperfections. And they turn out so adorable. If you had no intentions on burning these, the sky is really the limit. You could add any of the like plastic or fake ornaments to the top to make it look like it had candy in it, or some of the little resin filler sprinkles on the top would be really cute. But love how these turned out, and I feel like the gingerbread men just really top it off. Gorgeous. No one is ever going to know you are decorating your house with toilet plungers. Okay, first of all, I like to remove the bottom pieces. I never repurpose these because I don't know what to do with them. If you have any insane ideas, leave them in the comments below. But I just usually throw them out. And then I'm going to be creating a really cute little tea towel. I've made these like years ago for just everyday decor purposes, but I wanted to really style this one with the Christmas decor and see how it looked. I like to cut off the threaded piece at the end. I feel like this is just a way to give it away that it is a plunger, and we are going to camouflage this into all of these crafts. So I go ahead and trim them down. I lay out 2 plungers as long as they originally come, and then I needed the little pieces that go across the ladder, so I did cut down 1 plunger, so you'll need 3 total for this project. I do like to go ahead and just hit them with a piece of sandpaper to get all of the rough edges off. And then all I had glue wise for this project, I wanted to use liquid nails because that's what I've used in the past and it holds up for years, but all I had was this E6000 all-purpose, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. It seems to be holding very well, and no complaints yet. But if you were going to stain this, it does leave residue on the wood where it wouldn't like absorb the stain. I'm going to be painting this personally, so just keep that in mind whenever you are making this project. But I go ahead and glue everything together. I intentionally tried to scoot these up to the top, so whenever I hung a little tea towel in there, it would have like space to hang down and wouldn't drag on like the countertop. I just painted this with some mineral colored chalk paint, let this completely dry, and then styled it in my decor. I also think a cute little ornament hanging from one of the sides would be absolutely adorable. Okay, so I have been seeing these Wi-Fi signs for the last couple of months. I grabbed some and I never got around to using it for the fall season, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to make one over for Christmas time. So I had a fun, like, unique idea. I don't know if it's a fail or if it turned out really good, but I think it's cute. I think this would be incredible in my kids' room or maybe like with a Grinch table. But I am using one of these signs and painting the middle white. I feel like it would give it a cool little effect to leave the black edges. So I'm just tracing along the line that was already there in white and giving this a couple of coats of white chalk paint until it's fully covered. These are the cutest thing. They're little LED lights for $1.25. They have the cute little colorful bulbs on them. So I went ahead, untied them, laid them around the sign, and I'm going to start connecting them with some hot glue. You can tell that I'm being a little bit hesitant. I'm not sure how I was going to space these out or if this didn't look like a crazy mess, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. I insert some batteries in this. I'm not sure why all of them screw shut for these. It drives me crazy having to go hunt up a new tiny little screwdriver to replace these batteries, but I tried to spread them out evenly and glue them back and forth so they kind of looked like crazy looking. I think this is really cute, and then glued the battery pack on the back. Next, I knew I had to write Merry and Bright in this little sign. I was trying to think how to do it. I considered using the wooden letters from Dollar Tree, but I did want this to look really good and put together since the bulbs are kind of messy. I didn't want to look like a 5-year-old put this together. So I went to my Cricut and cut out Merry and Bright. I think that was the best move. It looks really good. I love this little image. This is already a pre-made image. I just searched for Merry and Bright in the Cricut store. And I love it. I think it looks really good, even the little accents around it. But this is so colorful and cute. Definitely a whimsical piece that I'll enjoy all year. Next up, we are making a flat Christmas tree. So this is perfect. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but you're going to be able to decorate it any way that you want that would fit your style. So I did pick up this little wooden round from Hobby Lobby. I get a pack of 4 of them for $3.99, so it's very inexpensive. But I do like to go ahead and pre-drill the holes just because I don't want the long screws, the only ones that I had, to crack this wood or anything. So going ahead and making a hole for that. And then I'm going to attach both of these together, being super careful, just putting the screw through the bottom up through the top, and this is going to last so much longer than if I would have just put this together with hot glue. Next, I am using garland ties and going to go ahead and wrap this around the plunger. Now, I just tied it together one time. I didn't like how loose it was, so I go ahead and twist these a couple of times, but I'm still wanting that length, especially at the bottom. And then just scoot these together so that you're touching and put these on all the way up. I think this tree is a really cool idea because it's just really flat. So if you have like a really slim shelf and you don't have a lot of surface area to put a full tree on there, or even one of the Dollar Tree trees, you can just set this on there and it looks really good. I customized this with some gold and put some fake snow on it just by adding some white paint. To get the pretty tree shape, I just trimmed it down, especially at the top, with a pair of scissors. And then these were really loose on there, so I go ahead and just add a dot of hot glue, and that's just going to make them stay in place a little bit better, and they're not all going to slide down to the bottom. Like I mentioned, just adding this paint on the branches. You could also use spray paint, but I love how it looks thick and appears like real snow whenever this dries. And of course, this wouldn't be a Christmas tree without adding some fun lights to it. Now, these Dollar Tree lights are super short, so I thought I was going to be able to wrap each branch and really light this up, but I didn't have a lot of lights left, so I removed them and went ahead and just kind of zigzagged it in the front all the way up, and then attached the battery pack to the back with just a little bit of hot glue. I love these gorgeous golden ornaments from Dollar Tree, and then I found a coordinating star, so I put that at the top. Some of these I hung with the string that come with them, but they were a little bit annoying to try to tie on each of these, so some of them I just hot glued it directly to the tree. I like the look of the natural wood for the actual tree stand, but I did want to go ahead and paint the base just a slightly different color, so went with mineral color, and love how this turned out. I think the gold is perfect on there and looks really cute. So a really fun little hack: if you get a visit from the elf on the shelf, keep this in mind. You can pick up one of these fun sequin hats and actually make a fun sleeping bag little accessory for your elf. So I just picked up this little elf from Hobby Lobby to get the perfect sizing, and then I'll be able to set this out and wait for our real elf on the shelf. But I laid it down in there and then cut out the exact size I needed to fit down inside of this little sleeping bag, and then turn this inside out and then glue this down actually facing each other, so then I can turn it inside out. So if you like to sew, you actually could stitch this together. I figured the sequins would kind of be hard to get around, so I just went with some hot glue. I decided to make a little coordinating pillow, so kind of doing the same thing, just gluing this together, leaving a little opening. I actually stuffed a little tissue in here to make it a little bit more fluffy, but I think these are so perfect. I know that like the elf on the shelf accessories can be so expensive, so it's fun whenever you can DIY your own and make them for the $1.25 price point, and it's just so much fun, like hand making custom things that you know your kids are going to love. And I think it's super fun that this is actually sequins and they can move the colors back and forth. And the pillow makes it even more cute. You're able to tell that it's bedding. I love that I was able to save the little jingle bell. And then I set this out and our little elf on the shelf actually uses it. Super, super cute. I love this. And a super fun surprise for the kids. You can obviously tell what my favorite thing to do with these plungers are, and that is to create these stands, but they are just so sturdy and thick that they last so much better than any of the Dollar Tree dowel rods that they have out right now. And even Walmart, I used to trust them to get large dowel rods from, but I haven't been able to find them lately, so these plungers are a great go-to. So for this one, I wanted to create a wreath stand, and I just love it. So this is something that when you put a hook on the stand, you can change the wreath out for any holiday season. Just paint your post like a neutral color or something that can go with your everyday style decor. For this little mini wreath I had on hand, I wanted to really dress it up and look like it had more Christmas greenery. So I'm cutting apart some of the leftover floral picks that I already had on hand. I lay down all of the greenery first, which I feel like it gives it such a high-end look whenever you mix the different types of greenery. And then just for that small pop of color, I did red berries around it. I stuck it on a little golden hook. I added a bow to the top. This is one of my favorites, something that I use all the time and just really enjoy having. I feel like this style is a really good deal for just the $1.25 price point. You could just hang these on the wall in sets of 2 or 3 and they would look super nice. But to make these into a DIY, I wanted to create a centerpiece. If you want these to be a little bit more sturdy, you can attach a board underneath. But I'm just going to go ahead and attach these together and create like this longer piece that I can add in some glass candle holders. I picked these up in gold, so I didn't even have to paint them, but you could tape off the mirror and paint them any color that you would like. I added 3 of these tall candle holders, and then I'm going to be filling in all of this with some greenery. Now I picked up this flocked PVC type greenery from Dollar General, but they do sell it at Dollar Tree that you can just flock yourself with a little bit of white paint, and this was really fun. I just kind of twisted it in between the glasses, and then I'm going to be adding in some more greenery to really fill this in. So I feel like it looked a little bit cheap leaving it as is, so I'm taking some of these garland ties and just twisting them together. It didn't matter what size, it just made various little picks that I could put in there and glue these down in place, and they just kind of give it a little bit more dimension, but also making it look so much nicer with like different styles of the greenery. And then I have these mini little Christmas flowers from the Dollar Tree, so I'm just gluing them all over. I love how the white really pops off the green, and then like I mentioned, you can just take white paint and kind of flock the greenery as much as you want. I didn't even do it on the garland ties, but after I got it all filled in, I feel like it looks so elegant and would create such a gorgeous Christmas centerpiece. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. If you have any more hacks, leave them down in the description box. Maybe I can make a video about them. Don't forget to leave a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.